Well, hey guys, welcome back to Not Your College Life with Lisa Beals. I'm your host, Lisa Beals. I am the Midwestern mom slash college administrator who has done the college thing myself, put a couple kids through college, and realize that universities don't make it easy on you. So I'm here to bridge that gap for you and make it easier from admissions to graduation so you can get to empty nester syndrome. That's the goal, right? That's your goal. This week's episode, number 41, it's part 4. Yes, part 4 of 4 in my series for you all to be getting ready for your student to come home. So this is for you regardless of when your student's coming home. Either they're coming home at Thanksgiving and going back. Most institutions are finishing online. But I still am hearing a lot of chatter that students need to focus and they can't focus at home. So they're either going to have Friendsgiving on campus or they're going to come back, they're going to go home for Thanksgiving and then go back to campus to finish out, even though it's remote, because that's where their stuff is. You'll take the pieces you need from this. How about that? You'll take the pieces you need from this, whether your student is coming home to finish or whether they're going to just wait and move back home when the semester ends. You'll take the pieces of it that you need. Okay, so jumping on in. Number 1 topic is the home front. For sure, if you have done something with their room, i.e. it's a home gym, it's a home office, it's a separate bedroom for the siblings that used to have to share a room. Your kiddo at school needs to know this before they walk in the door. Give them some time to mentally prepare if you haven't already told them. Give them a heads up. Some of it you may not have been able to help, right? If you have had to work from home the last 7-8 months, that's kind of out of your control. But you still want to give them a heads up, because if their room is no longer just their room, they need time to mentally prepare themselves for whatever that means. It could be no big deal, but still do them the courtesy of giving them a heads up. In their room, if it's still their room, do things that have walked away need to find their way back? And I mean siblings or one of the parents in the home. Did you guys borrow something of your students that they're going to recognize is now not there? So do a little quick inventory and figure out what needs to find their way back to your student's room to just, you don't need that drama. You don't need that drama. There's enough drama in 2020, friends. There's enough. So figure out what needs to be returned and get it back in there. Are there things that are sitting in there that need ironed or folded or mended or just put in the attic or the garage because it's just found a home? It's an easy place, out of the way, no one's looking at it. Figure out what needs to come out of that room so that it can be their room again when they return. Also, on the home front, figure out the car. If it's their own car and it's been sitting there or the other siblings have been driving it, does it need maintenance? Oil change, tire rotation, filters need, air filters, do those need changed? Tires need filled up. It's getting cold here in the Midwest. Do you need to put some more air in the tires? Figure out what kind of maintenance needs to be done, get that taken care of, or you could just put it on your students' to-do list when they're done with school. That could be a motivator to get them to get it done. If they need it to drive, then it's going to sit. It's going to wait for the maintenance until they're done with classes, and then they will be responsible for taking and getting the maintenance done. Also, on the home front, do you have their comfort foods, their caffeine snacks of choice on the home front? Check it out. Make sure you got it so that they can focus on other things like finishing school. Okay, number 2. It is suggested to try and support whatever method of studying and participation your student has developed since the pandemic has started, since doing, remote classes or a hybrid version of classes. Just, you don't know what that looks like if your student's been at school. And so I just want to encourage you to roll with it, and whatever they're doing that has worked, support that. Don't try and get them to change that now. That is, the last few weeks of the semester are not times for them to pivot their study habits. Unless they're tanking. And let's hope that they've addressed that before now. So that means that the changes, similarly, that means the changes that your student has developed while in school this fall, you all at home have also morphed into new routines and what's regular for you guys at home. You have both, home and college, these have both happened independent of each other. And so as much as you're not going to know what the routine is for your student, they're not going to know what the routine is at home. So when everybody gets back under the same roof, it's going to be a bit of a shock to the outliers to how what's happening at home now is crazy. What do you mean you guys are doing this? So it's going to be a good idea to schedule a team or family meeting to talk about a few things. To, again, not getting anybody to change things, but to share where we're all at. So what are sleep schedules? What are work schedules for those of you that are working from home or have to get up and get ready and leave the house? What are test schedules for your student? What's everybody's workout, exercise schedule? What are entertaining and friend times? So this is where you guys have to be open and honest, and everybody's going to have to give a little so that somebody can take. Y'all need to map that out. Maybe even creating a family calendar where you don't have to memorize. Okay, when is study group? When is that test? Do I need to worry about having the carpet cleaner come in because they're doing an exam? Make a family calendar so you guys can have all that at your fingertips, whether it's a Google Calendar or a piece of paper on the wall. I would recommend getting a calendar so all of these things can be on there. It can be high stakes for your student, and you don't want to cause them to be distracted or lose points because of interruptions during an exam. Okay. Number 3, this is the home stretch of the semester. This is when things are getting tense and it's getting real, and they're calculating the points and all the things that they need, and the big projects are due. So you should expect your student to be stressed and not fully engaged in what's going on in the home. You want them not fully engaged in what's going on at home. And you would expect them to be stressed, but I do encourage you to use your mama intuition to know when you need to just reach out with that gentle inquiry. Are you remembering to take care of yourself? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you drinking enough water? Are you getting some exercise? It's not productive and healthy to sit in front of your computer or your book 24/7. You have got to get up and move and get the blood flowing, and then refresh your brain and come back to it. It's not inappropriate for you to just pose those questions, to remind them about self-care. Ask them, what do you need from me to make sure that you remain healthy and on track and feel supported even while you're home? What do you need from me? They're probably going to say nothing or I don't know, and that's okay. But just remind them that it's okay to ask. If they come up with something, just tell me. I'm happy to get your favorite pop or creamer for your coffee or snack food that helps get you, through those late night study sessions. Do you need some earphones so that you can participate in those 2 a.m. study groups? And I don't have to listen to the speaker on your laptop coming through with all of the chatter. What do you need? Throw some suggestions out there and just be prepared for them to say nothing, I'm fine, or I don't know. Isn't it the standard response? Okay. Remind them also of resources that the university most likely has available to them. So online study sessions, some tutoring, academic success centers that might have supports available to them. I know at Purdue, they're doing a finals kind of boot camp, and they're even doing something that's geared towards families to help them support their student at home. So I will link to what Purdue's doing. I have not seen, IU did not share anything similar. I do want to check at Ball State and see what they've got going on so that I've got the publics covered. And if you know of something, share it on my Facebook page to help other parents. If your kiddo goes to a private or a regional campus of one of the publics, share what they're doing to help families support their kids as they transition home for the end of the semester. Let's help each other out. Okay? If you know of something, go to my Facebook page, Not Your College Life with Lisa Beals, or my Instagram. Send me a DM so that I can share that information out to other parents. Let's support each other. Okay, and then reminder to you, to your husband, they have been managing this for an entire semester, pretty much. It's been August to September, October. It's been almost 3 months. They have been managing their lives. They have stayed alive. They have fed themselves. They have clothed themselves. They have gotten their education handled for 3 months without your, I don't want to say meddling, but without your hovering. And I don't think you're hovering. You're not a hoverer. But don't insert yourself where you don't need to be. As much as instinctually, that's what you've done for 18 years. I get it. Don't do it. Resist the temptation. This is where your mama guilt is going to start telling you, whispering little things in your ear that you're not doing what you need to do. That's not true. The best way you can show them love is to step back and let them feel your confidence in their own ability to manage all the things. Let that speak for you. And just let them know, I'm here if you need me. You've been doing a great job. I'm here if you need me. Okay, and then, so when the semester is over, finals classes are done, they're still going to be home with you, theoretically, a good month before they go back. So now is when you want to revisit the family calendar and expectations, right? When they first came back, if the semester wasn't over, you are not going to incorporate them into household chores and mandated family time. You shouldn't be doing that. They got a job to do. But when classes are over, and you can go online and see when classes are over, it's time to schedule another family meeting, and let's talk about expectations for laundry, household chores, car maintenance, family time. Talk about it. Are they going to get a job? When can they have friends over? You guys need to wait and have that conversation after classes are over, but do have that conversation. A month is too long to just let things go and roll with the punches, because family members are going to build up resentment and hurt feelings. So talk about your ground rules after classes are over. And then don't forget to provide that gentle reminder for them when they're off for that break between fall and spring. It'll be about a month. What do they need from you? Do they need to investigate? They should probably be verifying their schedule to make sure it's not changed after grades post. That is one thing. I need to do a Facebook Live. I need to do a Facebook about that, because there are reasons that your students' classes will disappear from their spring schedule, and they won't know why. Quote, they won't know why. So your student needs to verify their schedule, and that has not changed. They need to investigate textbook and other required materials for the spring term during that month break. Figure out, am I going to buy? Am I going to rent? Am I going to have my textbooks shipped here at home? Am I going to have them shipped to my residence hall? Is someone going to be there to receive them? Are they receiving packages of textbooks? They need to figure those things out before or during this break. Got to figure it out. Okay, you guys, there you go. Part 4 of 4 in a series on the things you got to consider before your kiddo comes home. And now you can just relish in having all your people under the same roof again for Thanksgiving. And I hope you guys have a blessed holiday. Next week's episode, I will tell you, I'm going to share a little bit of not behind the scenes, but a little bit about me. And I'm going to tell you the story of my Drew, my youngest son. He passed away in 2013. He was almost 13 years old, and he was an amazing blessing. I will warn you, I did do some ugly crying when I was recording that podcast, just because, it brought back some memories and some hurt and some loss. So I'm just sharing, if you're an emotional sap like me from time to time, just fair warning when you listen to next week's episode, plan where you're at. Plan where you're at. All right, friends, do me a favor, share this episode with a friend that you think would find value from it, and give a girl here an iTunes review. I would so appreciate it. And yeah, I look forward to talking to you guys again next week. Take care.